Hey everyone, just want to welcome you all to Pine Grove News Live. Yeah, I know I got the network on there too, but haven't really decided if that's of any use or I don't know. It's just trying to confuse Google maybe just a little bit, but I don't know. So I hope everyone's doing okay. It's Thursday. Got over the hump okay. And so, what are we going to talk about? I mean, I got a few bits of news, but I don't know, leave some suggestions. What do you want to talk about? What went on today? What's been going on for a while? Yeah. It's either Biden or the virus, right? Unfortunately. So you're going to get a little bit more here than just those things. You'll have updates for that, of course, because we need them. I just heard off the top of somebody's, or out of somebody's mouth today that I guess Biden had another tripping spell, but I can't confirm that because I did not see it. But in any case, hey, good afternoon, Andrew. How you doing? Brother from Canada. Still there, right? Of course you are. Yeah, so Thursday. So, well, first of all, let's get a little dark in here. The sun's not really too bright. Get some light on what I'm talking about here. So remember we came out Ontario. Really, another lockdown on Saturday. Yeah, well, that was bound to happen, brother. Well, some people are saying they're going to announce a fourth wave of this COVID that's going to be coming out right before Resurrection Sunday. Yeah. Oh, really? Good timing, eh? Oh, man. Go figure. They tried to destroy, anything that is of God. And, that's the devil. He turns everything upside down. He makes, that's why we need to understand where we are today. Good is evil now, and evil is good. So, that's why we need to be prepared, spiritually, because that's really where we are. We're in a spiritual battle against those powers that are now, the principalities and Satan himself, prince of the air. So, yeah, we need to, seek the Bible, seek God and the Holy Spirit, and get stronger so that we can, really believe in Psalms 91. Because you may end up seeing some people, because it talks about 1,000 dying on your left hand and 10,000 on your right hand, but it also says that you'll see the wicked perish like this, but nothing will happen to you. I mean, that's the hope and faith we have. Just, Psalms 91, there's many other Psalms that we can go to for hope and inspiration. So, yeah, so the rest of it is just information. Do with it what you will. If it makes you fearful in any way, stop listening to it. But we shouldn't be fearful either. Because, the only thing, I mean, they can hurt your body, but they can't take your soul, your spirit away from you. That is God's, and it's going to return to him. I joked with me and my wife have this joke. I mean, if there's going to be a nuclear war or there's going to be some kind of attack, please let the bombs or the arrows or whatever just land on top of us and go out of it in a second. I mean, by the time you realize that there's a bomb coming over your head or into your house, I mean, what do you have? A fraction of a second? And you won't even be able to think about it. You'll just be gone. That's all. That's it. I'd rather go that way than struggle with some disease in a hospital where nobody can come see you because it is, trumped up. Trumped up virus, the way it's blown out of proportion. So, anyways, so let's get on with a little bit of this news we got here. Remember the other night we had had an article about apparently sheet music is considered white supremacist. I have no idea. The article really doesn't tell you much about it. I don't know why or how they got that. I'm just telling you, it's a delusion. Yeah, it's just the thoughts that they come out with are just off. And so we get this one, from Natural News. ASU dean, that's dean of this university, I guess. He writes a book alleging that grading students writing is white supremacy. Yeah, grading students is white supremacy. So can somebody explain to me what the heck that means? Yeah, I don't get it. So Arizona State University academic wrote a book explaining why grading students' work based on quality is white supremacy. On quality, not equality, just quality. He goes on to explain it, but I'm not even going to get into it because it's just bizarre and it doesn't belong here. It's just stuff put in there to make your head spin. And, I've already had my head spin and it's stuck in one position now and it's not going anywhere. Oh, yeah. So, a lot of talk about Meteors again. Go to the American Meteor Society. I just spelled it out like that. I don't know the link right now. I just got that from a video that I was listening to. Gil Bazard, I think it's Bazard, Passard. He has a website called Planet 7 or Planet7x.net. He's going to be coming out with his updated papers that just what it says. It's going to be updating some of the information he already has. And so, he threw out a chart there, and that's why I wrote down American Meteor Society. And the increase in the meteors are obviously, through all the reports and everything else that we've been hearing too, obviously increasing. And so that just goes into, the days that we're living. We're watching all these things happen in front of our eyes. And Jesus told us to look to the heavens for these signs. I mean, we have increased, like we've said many, many, many times, increased volcanoes. The earth is undergoing some kind of force or reaction to another force, which creates friction. And then friction creates what? It creates heat. And heat expands the earth. And then you get, pressure releases like the volcanoes and earthquakes. And so all of them are just up on the intake. I saw 2 of them today, 2 6-pointers I guess. Can't tell you where exactly they were. I don't have it listed up here, but 2 today. So, and everything's on the increase. So, and he goes into a story. I have the video here. I'll leave the link. Maybe I'll just show you a couple things that he said, point to a couple things, maybe. But I'll leave the link there. It's a very long video. It's 2 hours, 12 minutes. And a lot of it was, it takes a little bit to watch some of it because there were errors. Yeah, let me go check. Is my volume working? Can you hear me, Andrew? I think you can. Because yesterday, I did not turn on the volume in Mixler, even though the video came out all right. So it says it's on, so I'm going to believe that it's on. So with that, let's see, where are we? So, okay, so the things that are happening right now. I'll leave the link. Don't worry about that. I'll leave that later. Yeah, there's a lot of clues that Gil kind of points to that signal, kind of like what we're waiting for ourselves, signs in the heavens. And he's talking about, this planet X, and he's calling it a comet now. I've followed his research for quite a few years now, and I don't remember him ever saying that it wasn't a planet. He's calling it a comet. So anyway, besides the point, I mean, he makes a lot of good points about it being a comet. And so anyway, one of the points he makes about when this thing starts happening, that you'll know that this particular comet, this 7 times the size of our Earth comet, okay, is going to have a tail, just like a comet. But when you start hearing in the mainstream media and in other medias that people of importance, or at least people who have, I don't know, maybe even Hillary, maybe a couple of other people of importance are going to be arrested, or at least you're going to be told that they've been arrested and they're going to be taken away, whatever. That just means that they're going in their bunkers. Yeah, don't think that they don't have bunkers and the city down below us. Don't think they don't know that these things are coming. They've known for a long time, and they're hiding them from us as much as they can. But we are wise to just about all of it, because in some ways they have to really tell us what's going on. The demonic realm have to tell us, just like God. He tells us what he's doing. He tells us in the Bible. He can tell you or warn you through the Holy Spirit. But mostly it is already in the Bible, and he reveals those things to you. So yeah, I believe that the demonic realm, Satan himself, have to, ever so subtly sometimes, tell you what they're doing. So anyway, so that, and beware. And once the internet goes down, that will be another thing to look for. He talks about other things too that we already know about. Universal income. They're trying to do that now. You watch with this. We may even be shut down by May 1st. That date's still out there, May 1st. With this preliminary warning of this stage 4 virus that's coming out. And they've been talking about it for months, how much more dangerous these other strains are. But in any case, we can go into this for hours and talk about the strains, the thousands of different strains, and they mutate all the time. We know this. We know about the flu, and that's what the flu, that's what these viruses do. They change and mutate all the time. But there's one difference this time. I think that's has made a change, and people are talking about it, and people are being taken off the internet because of it. This particular vax that they're giving you is not a cure. They never gave you a cure for the flu, did they? You still have to take a shot every year, right? That's kind of ridiculous, don't you think? I don't know, don't you think that your immune system would have already built up enough tolerance getting the shot year after year? I don't get the shots, and I don't get the flu. My resistance is there. It's working. My immune system is working fine. Well, it might be a little slower now that I'm getting, a little higher age brackets, but we'll see. So, yeah, what they're putting out there is basically, I believe it is another way to dwindle down the numbers. And I'm just saying that there's a lot of people that are talking about it. Pretty important people, well known. Okay, so come May, I don't know when the first shot started coming out. I've seen some back before they even talked about a vax in some of the data sheets, where some of the elderly in the nursing homes actually got it and died. I don't know if that was one of their trials that they claimed before this came out. But they're saying anywhere from 6 months to a year that this particular cure, or whatever they're calling it, the people that are giving it to you and telling you that you got to get it. Yeah, I won't get into that either, how they're trying to turn it into the mark of the beast right now, you know. Airlines won't let you on it without papers. There are other places that are, in countries actually, that are making you get papers to make sure that you've been vaccinated. Now, talk about draconian law and civilization. Well, we're going back there. So when you start seeing a lot of people, supposedly, and they're going to tell them, or you and us and all of us, that they're dying from the actual virus, when in actuality, it's going to be because of the vax that is killing them. Anytime, you know, somebody takes this that's what I've been told, between 6 months to a year, they will eventually, because the immune system is broken down so much because of this, because of what it does, you know, it's very sad. But you know what? It's very sad, but we're going to see every one of them again. Well, at least the ones that believe. Because, you know, like we said before, you know, absent from the body is present with the Lord. Something that we forget right away because we are, you know, in mourning for people we have lost. Yeah, so, yeah, not for me. Yeah, they do call it gene therapy. That's what they call it, literally, and admitted to in these vax. They have gene therapy in there. That's what they're calling it, among other things. Okay, and just remember, I don't know how much more I have to tell you. Bill and Linda Gates Foundation owns it, owns the vax. And there are a couple other people. But anyway, I didn't want to talk about that much. So, in the meantime, let's see, either Communist China or Days of Lot. What do we go next? Communist China is waging a civilization war against America and the West. Yeah, we've been finding out about that. We've known about that for a while. We talked about it yesterday. Their way is just buy everything up. And that's what they're doing. What was the country? I think I read part of the article where they actually thought that, Iran. Some people got, I don't know if it's actually in the headline or whether somebody told me that in the video, but apparently the meetings with Iran and China, apparently they bought Iran. So now I guess China's got to protect Iran. So if we ever go after Iran, or Israel goes after Iran, that'll probably be the first thing that happens. Yeah, then you're going to have China in there. We're going to have there's an extension of the World War III. Because we're basically already in World War III, but it's been mostly, cyber. Of course, now we got the, genocide of the world population by the elites through, biotechnology. Yeah, biggest fear is when I first heard about these things, bioweapons, viruses that could kill the whole population, it's very scary. It should be. People should not be messing with these things. That's the first thing science does. They go out there and they try to, we're doing this to help mankind out. Yeah. And what's the first thing they do when they finally figure it out? The military comes in and buys it and weaponizes it. Yeah, that's where we're living, folks. And I hope you're not, you don't have all your cards on man getting you out of these things. Because, man, they're just, you follow man, you're going to go right into a pit. You're going to go right off the bridge, right along with them. No, it's time, and really should be getting ready. Be ready, 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 people. Just go talk to God. Go into your prayer closet. Go find a room somewhere, by yourself, you and the Lord, and just pray. That's how you talk to the Lord. You just pray. You talk to him. You could do it without verbally having anything come out of your mouth. I mean, that's where I do most of my praying, in my head. Even though he does like to hear your voice, he does like you to read the Bible to him. I try to do that. Anyways. So, yeah, China. They're trying to buy everything. And there's just a lot of things going against America right now. And I know your prayers are for, the protection of America and to, I don't know, have it come back to what? Back to its glory days? Why? Why do you want that, folks? I know some people say this, I think, because they're just afraid of dying. And so they think that if we're, this biggest and most dangerous country and the wealthiest and the best country in the world, and we live there, and so we don't have to worry about dying until it's really, our time, die in our sleep, all safe and cozy. Well, sorry, folks. I pretty much believe that that's over. That's over. And right now you should be smiling and joyful, in a sense, knowing that because all these things are happening, Jesus is coming back. You're going home soon. And every time I say that, month or two down the road, if we make it that far, I don't think we got, whatever, we'll see. I said it before, but yeah, there's just too much of it all clicking together already. And I'm just praying for God's will to be done. That's it. If he wants to, make, because I believe we had our chance with Trump to bring God back into our country, into our lives. God first. In God we trust. Yeah. But the plan is going, according to the way the Lord wants it to, right? Yeah, so communist China. And then we got Days of Lot. Okay, that's another headline from the End Time Headlines. Same-sex marriage has spread around the globe since the Netherlands first 20 years ago. It is, folks. I mean, and I'm still watching the garbage. Yes, I still turn on my TV. I don't have TV, actually. Trying to find news channels on the internet, but yeah, I've watched a couple things on the internet, but there's not a lot that I can watch. It's everywhere. Everything that they put out there is to program you, to desensitize you. Every program has same-sex married couple in it, or dating couple. And usually it's just dating, and they're, having their sexual encounters on, the screen. I mean, it's just totally disgusting. And I don't have nothing against the people themselves. It's just the act of sin itself is just, it's just, grotesque. That's all I can tell you. And we know these things have been around for a long time. Title itself, Days of Lot. Lot went through that. He was living in Gomorrah, right? Sodom or Gomorrah, one of those two. Remember, Abraham had to come and rescue his nephew Lot, because the God had enough of them and was going to destroy those two cities. And actually, he destroyed more than two cities. He destroyed all the cities that were in that particular plain. Gone. Hail and brimstone. Gone, man. God does not tolerate sin. But he also left you, through Jesus coming to this earth, a way to get out of it, to repent of it, and to turn away from that. We all still sin, but we all still keep repenting, and we'll be fine. We will. So, I don't know. I don't hear this much on the East Coast. I get a lot from my brother in the West Coast, World Watchman, constantly tells me about empty shelves over there in California. So this from shiftplan.com, they got an article there. Supply shortages, remain prepared for anything. And yeah, of course, a lot of people have been suggesting this. If you can afford it, put away an extra can or two every week or something. Save water. There's a way to cleanse it. If it stays around too long, you can clean it with bleach, unscented bleach, capful per gallon of water. We'll clean it right up and take all the parasites out of it. But, and we talked about this yesterday too, so it's basically an update. Just keep being prepared. Because between the crazy weather we're having and all the locusts and the whole world, the food shortage, the food that is being destroyed, all the flooding that's been going on for years has drowned a lot of crops. But in any case, we can pray on that. That we can pray on. And don't worry, if you don't have the money to prepare, of course, the Lord will provide for you if you happen to be in that situation. We may be all gone before we get to that point. I think that we might. There's a couple little things that are preventing us from, not being raptured right now. Yeah, the peace, that particular peace, the Antichrist himself, who's supposed to sign that deal, this particular person that somebody, people still claim he is out there. He's around. But who he is, we will maybe find out or not. Because we're supposed to be gone before he comes to the scene, according to Revelation. Because it doesn't talk about the church. I think after chapter 4 or 5 of Revelation. Yeah. And, that the Antichrist and all those very bad things, the Great Tribulation, happens after we're gone. So, and if you don't think that you're going through tribulation right now, yeah, give me a call. Something's wrong with you. Yeah, we are going through tribulation now. I could tell you about past 3 months for me, man. Just 3 months out of 60 years. And I've gone through it most of my life. You don't think that you're going through tribulation? It's all right. Well, it doesn't matter what you think either. We'll all be corrected when we see the Lord. And at that point, I don't think we'll really care, will we? No. So, this from Sputnik. Just a couple more articles and we'll be done. This huge asteroid. According to Sputnik, the size of the Leaning Tower of Pisa to fly close to Earth next week. So the celestial body named 2015 MB54 belongs to the most dangerous category of asteroids, Apollo, meaning its orbit will intersect that of our own planet. So the space rock is at present monitored by experts from the European Space Agency and NASA. So, when will it swoosh by? Let's see. It will swoosh by Earth on the 6th of April. So 5 more days, people. What is that? Today's Thursday. Yeah. maybe midweek. Yeah, so trying to look at the how close it's going to be. They're not saying it's going to hit yet. Yeah, it says due to pass by. Okay, unless somebody shoots something up into space and nicks it a little bit and changes its trajectory. Well, who knows? We got all these satellites up there now, killer satellites and all this Starlink, this web that's being placed up there by Musk. So you never know. I mean, Japan. Aren't they supposed to have the Olympics in Japan this year? Because they had claimed before it was canceled that they're able to shoot up rockets into the atmosphere and have like meteor-like lights, like it was an actual meteor coming down or a comet with different colored meteors. They claimed that they could actually do that, and they were going to do it as part of the the festivities. But we'll see, because I do believe that Japan is hosting the Olympics, right? Isn't that supposed to be coming up soon? Is it the Winter Olympics or Summer Olympics? I don't know. But in any case, we'll see. A lot more time in between that. Yeah, and Bizarre, when he was talking about Planet 7X coming, passing by us like a comet. Of course, he told the story of one time because Chinese sky watchers, I guess, there's another name for them, astronomers, were watching way back when and, wrote all this data down about this one time that new Planet X came around. How to put this? Yeah, so he's claiming that in the debris field, because we won't get much, he says we won't get much in front of the Planet 7X, which he's now calling a comet. He used to call it a meteor or something, or a planet, actually, yeah. Apparently, wormwood is going to be in the tail of this Planet 7X. But that's not what I was trying to tell you. Oh, yes, back in that history in China, supposedly this Planet 7X hit, I guess he's calling it Ceres. I guess that's the story. That one planet that supposedly came in contact with Planet 7X and disintegrated, or not really disintegrated, but broke into pieces, which is now our meteor belt, or whatever you call that, asteroid belt. And I've heard from many people, not just Bizarre, that that asteroid belt is because of a planet blowing up. So, hey Jules, how you doing? Hope all the chicks are all good. Tony is tracking the torch route? Oh, what do you mean? The running of the torch? Is that what you mean? Oh, cool. That's good. Maybe he should write a letter to the, I don't know, what do they call him now? The premier of Japan, or they don't call him a president, do they? Emperor. Write the emperor a letter. Maybe Tony could run it, Maybe Tony can actually run with the torch. Why the heck not? It can't be told no unless you go and write the letter. Anyway. So, yeah, there's, and I'll leave the link for that Gil Bizarre interview that went on for 2 hours and 12 minutes. And I would probably, you get most of your information about 30 minutes into it and goes right up to the end. But yeah, it's a long video, but filled with a lot of very interesting and useful information as far as I'm concerned. So here's what happened in Connecticut. You know, we dread these things as parents, and I'm glad. I am so glad. You're funny, Jody. I'm so glad that I don't have my kids in school right now. And I can believe it because I live in the state of Connecticut. And we've talked about trying to protect our children. And we know that a lot of these school programs are going after our children, even as young as kindergartners. In this particular article, it's second graders, and they're teaching them stuff that they should not be teaching them. I mean, and it gets pretty nasty. I don't see how they're able to do this, except that, Satan wanted it done and asked permission, and I don't know. But, this is a very dark and just dark, chaotic. I don't know. I'm going to start ranking a list. I'm going to name them all off. But in Connecticut school just showed second graders a cartoon. Okay, and if you have children listening, you don't want them to hear something that, I don't know if I can change the wording of it or something, but it is prime time, so your children should not be listening anyway. They should be doing their homework or getting washed and dressed for bed. That's how we used to do it. So in Connecticut, showing these second graders. How old do you have to be in second grade? I'm trying to figure that out. I know you got to be 5 to at least start preschool. So what are you talking, like 8 years old to be in second grade? Jody, Andrew, anybody know? So all I'm saying is this, in Connecticut, this school showed this cartoon of a man basically in full flag, standing over a child who is sad, a girl. Why are they showing this to anybody, let alone second graders? But sadly enough, I mean, I know where I live, and some of these people are they're pretty much wacko. Yeah. And I guess one guy found out. Good thing that his child was not in school at that time, but why are they showing? I mean, they shouldn't be doing this at all. I don't know. So maybe, seeing that it's close to home, I have grandchildren in school, but they're in the upper class. You don't know, huh? I just guessing with 8. Yeah. Andrew says 7. So yeah, because 5 is preschool or kindergarten. So 6 would be first. Yeah, 7, 8 would be second. Anyway, 7 or 8. Too darn young. Yeah, and this is not the first time it's been, something like this has gone over. I've heard a lot of stories in Oregon and Washington up there, and from other places. I mean, and you get a couple people writing a couple letters and stuff like that and saying you should tell us to be able to opt out and all this junk. Yeah, they most certainly should. But they shouldn't have that stuff in school in the first place. It's the parents' duty to talk about these things with their children when and if they ever want to. So anyway, I was just so angry with what went on there. Yeah, I've heard many stories, and I'm not gonna. I don't want to go into that right now. But it's truly disgusting, and that's what's happening. They've been going after our children for a long time now. Not necessarily what I just talked about, but I mean they're handing out, condoms to these children as well. They're showing them other pictures and things. All right, I'm just done with it. All right, let's go on to the next story. Just so you know, obviously these things are going on. You know, days of Noah, Sodom and Gomorrah. I mean, lots. This is the time that we're in now. It's all reverting back to where it was. That and the one world government, the one world religion, okay? Remember what happened when everybody was thinking the same and doing the same? What happened? Yeah, we tried to build a tower to heaven to kill God. I mean, how good can that be for everybody? Not good at all. Yeah. So, with that, yeah, nothing's good going to come from that. And we know that. And that's, I've accepted it. That's where it's going. So I'm just going to worry about my salvation. You worry about yours. And if anybody needs help with it, you can call me, email me. You got a question, do the same. It's not that I don't care about your salvation if you don't already know about it. You know what I mean? If somebody's lost and I can help somebody with questions like that, that's what I'm here for. Well, anyways, so did y'all hear about that another mass shooting in the Orange office or Orange complex in California? The 4 that were killed the other day. I guess this is an update. Actually, the next one's an update. So 4 were killed and 1 was a child. I don't know. I guess we got the mass shootings going again. You know why? Because the Democrats are running and they want guns taken away from us. That's why you figure it out. I know there were some in Trump's, early in his term too, but yeah, well, people are we live in a time of lawlessness, complete iniquity. Everybody's, we're almost to the point where, the thoughts of those who are undergoing these things is nothing but evil all the time. And where have you heard that before? It's in the Bible describing the time of Noah when the Lord spoke to him to tell him to build the ark. Yeah, time to get out. Giving you a life preserver. Take it. Yeah, he's going to do it again. Not with a flood, though. So anyways, I guess that will do it. Just a couple updates there. And of course, the Gilberts are. Let's see who put this out. If I can get this up a little. World News Report Today. I've never heard of that person. I subscribed to him. It was sent to me by my brother Clint in California. So, yeah, he sends me these things because he knows that I'll listen to the whole thing. He only listens to, a couple minutes of it, and then he puts it in the background, does something else, and he doesn't know it. He can't refer back to it. So, anyway, so that's it, folks. Hopefully, I will be back tomorrow, Lord willing. I didn't think I was going to be on tonight because I had a little biopsy taken out of my head, and it's not very painful. It was before it came on, but I can barely feel it now. So, with that, everyone, have a great evening, and be safe, be blessed, and just have peace. So, peace out, everyone.